Does Dan have any dictator policy recommendations?
Well, in my book that I just finished a few weeks ago, the main character based on me briefly acquires superpowers. He gets rid of global.
Is that
warming.
Levels?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. He gets rid of global warming. He puts all the politicians of all the countries in these white coffins where they basically live out their lives, living the deluded fantasies. And then these coffins are all over the world, and they can't be moved until the person inside dies. So people like Trump or Hillary or whatnot, they live their delusions, but they can't hurt anyone anymore. He cleans up the oceans. He does all these good things. And so there's lots of things that you could do if you were a dictator, but that's with super or magical powers. If I were a dictator and I had only one thing that could accomplish all those same things, although it takes 50 or more years rather than just a few seconds of superpowers, get rid of for-profit corporations and watch the dominoes fall. Mm-hmm. That's it.
That would be interesting. I wonder though, like, something will sort of replace that, so like my immediate question would be, what is like the new power structure that will try to, like, in the same like amoral way, like try to eat the world, right? What is that new thing? And it hasn't been stymied, right? If you get rid of profit in a sense, like you could stymie the worst of it though.
Yeah, but it would take a while to fill that vacuum, and by that time, people would get used to things. It would take a good 50 years to accomplish that. But like I said, whether you're talking narco-terrorism, whether you're talking global warming, whether you're talking elections and all the fraud and the gerrymandering that corporations do, whether we're talking about the willful suppression of certain groups of people, whether we're talking about the way banks lend money, et cetera, et cetera. There's the famous book, well, not really famous anymore, by Frank Norris called The Octopus. I don't know if you ever read it, late 19th century. It's but corporations are the great cephalopod, and their tentacles reach into everything, things you wouldn't even think about, and get rid of the for-profit corporation. Not the little corporations that are set up to help feed kids in, a rural area that doesn't have, broadband or whatever. But get rid of the for-profit corporations, and slowly but surely things will. What you need to do is have localized governments controlling the basics of society, and then the layers that go on just gently add. Government exists to provide for the individual what the individuals cannot provide for themselves. That's the only reason governments exist. Whether we're talking about security, whether we're talking about police or armies, whether we're talking about the ability to have interstate commerce or things like this, that's the only reason government exists. And if government is not providing things for its citizenry, it doesn't need to exist. That's the only reason government is supposed to exist for.
Yeah.